So as you can see by the title, the Fousey saga continues, and I don't think it's going to end anytime soon. Now, instead of just getting at Cenat, he's also getting at Agent from AMP. And for anyone that does not know, Agent was doing a weight loss stream where I think it was like 20 to 25 pounds he wanted to lose. And until he lost it, he wasn't going to end his stream. Now, some people are getting at him, and if he did what they're saying he did, I kind of understand why. Apparently, he was going into the sauna and doing different weight cutting techniques.
When they tell you you can't.
Let's get it, grab a towel.
Come on, man. Who are they? When they relentless.
You good? Take your breath. Take your time, take your breath. Big breath.
Quitting guarantees the once you quit.
That's not actually losing weight. You're just losing water weight. So then obviously once you weigh in, your weight is going to look down. But as soon as you start to drink water again, you're going to go right back up to your normal weight. So if he did do that, I can understand people getting at him. And that is one of the things that Fousey uses in his little back and forth with him. But I really feel like it all started with the fact that Agent laughed at one of his songs.
Don't call me by no bitch if she ain't top 10. I've been somewhere overseas making content.
And if I'm being completely honest with you, I would probably have laughed at that song too. He's wearing some weird headgear and saying some odd shit like I make content, and like the shit was actually kind of funny, bro. Like I feel like you got to give Agent that. But because of that, he added Agent into his diss track, and it wasn't really much, but this is what he said, and this is Agent's reaction.
Did you want to talk? Your brother cared. You was evident. Agent, you just gotta hit the gym and don't be hesitant. Neon, he don't got no testosterone. He feminine. And
Is Fousey too trying to give me advice? hey, I can't take advice from Fousey too, bro. I can't do it, bro. I'll let the next tell me that. But Fousey too, you're not in a position. Yo, this is too funny, bro.
And Fousey didn't take too kindly to this, although I don't think the Agent was completely wrong. Like, I'm not really here to take advice from Fousey. Do I feel like he has knowledge, especially when it comes to YouTube and streaming and different things like that, where he could actually give you some good information? It's possible, but the fact that he deals with a lot of mental health issues, it really depends on where his mind is at and just how his mental health is doing. Is he on his meds? Because if he's not, that advice might not be very good. It might not even be safe. So you've got to be careful. So I get where he's like, listen, I ain't taking no advice from Fousey. But at the same time, Fousey is in pretty good shape. Now, he may have used steroids, and I saw some people commenting that and trying to take away from his growth and just the way that he looks and everything. And I understand that. But I understand that, but taking steroids doesn't mean that you're suddenly gonna get fit and lose weight. Like, you actually have to work for it. The steroids just make it easier and obviously allows you to bulk up a lot faster. Regardless, Fousey was not happy with that. The first thing that he did was tweet and said, yes, you should listen to me, but you're right, keep losing water weight. I should learn from you. Having titties might be your thing, champ. And that shit was kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, that titty statement is a little bit out of pocket. Like, you gotta give Agent some props. This man used to weigh a lot more than he does now. Getting down to where he's at currently is impressive in itself. A lot of people that gain that much weight, they never lose it. They talk about it, they want to, but it's really hard to do. I gained a little bit of weight. I was like 155, 160. I then got up to 200 after I quit smoking weed because I replaced that vice with eating more food. And me just trying to get from 200 to 210 down to like 170, it's been hell for me. Like, it's so hard to stop eating the stuff that you like to eat. The working out is easy, but the diet is where it really is, that's where your weight loss really comes from. And it's not easy to do. So I give him all the props in the world. Regardless, Fousey then decided to go on a long rant and just lost his mind as he normally does.
I could talk shit specifically to one person right now, but I'm waiting to see if that person snaps back. Because that person opened their mouth a lot today, just like they do when food is in front of them. But I'm going to wait to see if that person snaps back to a tweet I put out there. And if they do, I have a lot to say, because on this internet shit forgot that the reason they're doing what they're doing and not even doing a good job at it is because like me came in and paved the way. But y'all don't want to look at who came before you. Some of you do. Others, you just think your shit don't stink. You ain't gotta look back and give anybody else their flowers. Bitch, I don't need your flowers no more. That's why I don't try to be friends with any of you internet boys. Fuck all y'all. If I meet you in real life, then I fuck with you, okay. Until then, nah, y'all talk so much shit about me. Y'all laugh at me, degrade me, say whatever the fuck you want. Never once have you met me in my face. Agent, you can't even reply to a DM over here talking about who's gonna take advice from Fousey. If you did from the beginning, I promise you, you wouldn't have to have titty reduction surgery now to cut that shit off or however else you're gonna get her off. Disrespecting me like I'm not 34 years old, turning 35 with white hairs on my beard, talking about who would take advice from Fousey. Why? Just because you were smarter financially than me? Why? Just because you had a captain named Cenat steering your ship and all you had to do was hide in his coattails and be his best friend and have directors run your AMP shoots and then you sit on your desktop and sit in sauna suits to lose weight? But because I'm bad finances, you don't want to take my advice? Or is it because I've gone to rehab? Oh, because I was imperfect in the past. Don't basically stop talking shit about a person like actually who they are. Talk about my music, fine. But don't sit there and say who the f is going to take advice from Fousey Tube and laugh about it. A lot. Respectfully. If you're not going to DM me to share your opinion, if you're going to be too because your PR team doesn't want you to, your branding doesn't want you to, don't think you safe talking behind your computer screen. You are safe physically, ain't nobody going to touch you, but this mouth's going to say a lot. All of y'all acting like your shit ain't sweet. What have you done? Where's your album? Where's your concert? That doesn't have Mr. Cenat attached to it. Stupid. All y'all internet kids, stupid. Once this album comes out, I ain't focused on any of y'all.
Now, as much as up until now, it seems like I was more on Agent's side, which I am, because I feel like him throwing shade at Agent over stuff like that is just, it's kind of stupid, it's silly, and he's been doing this for a while where he just attacks different people. But in this video, I will say that Fousey's not necessarily wrong about a lot of different stuff. He did pave the way for a lot of people. That's not inaccurate. Like, that's an actual truth. He does also have a lot of good advice and information that I'm sure he can give people. But again, it just depends on where his mental health is at. Because if he's going down that dark path, I don't feel like you should take any advice from him. But if he's not, I do feel like he probably has a lot of stuff that could help people out. And he has a better understanding of this business, having been in it as long as he has. And he doesn't really get that respect. So I'm not really against him for going off and feeling the way that he does, but I also feel like him going off like this and the fact that he's done it so much, the situation with Aiden, the situation with Kai, with all these different people, like that's why people are kind of separating from you. That's why people are stepping back and they're not messing with you and they're saying, well, I can't take advice from this guy because you're doing a lot of shit that just kind of comes across a little bit crazy, right? And in this situation, I wouldn't say this is that crazy. I feel like he did make a lot of valid points. But because of all the other situations that happened just recently, it's going to be looked at in that same light. Unfortunately, that's just the way that it goes. So I feel like he needs to do work to reestablish himself as like a prominent figure that's going to be more level-headed and just approach things in the right way. You know what I'm saying? And stop trying to attack everybody and tear everybody down and say this person does this, that, and the third, and I'm the only real one. Because when you do that, you kind of like, you segregate yourself. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being a part of the pack. And by being a part of the pack, I don't mean fall in line with the crowd and do the same thing as everybody else. Obviously, be yourself, stand out, but have some respect for people and not just throw people under the bus. Like Kai showed him mad love. Kai talked about how he watched him growing up and he was an inspiration. He had that picture with Fousey from when he was younger. And because he didn't want to bring Fousey on his stream, Fousey just lost it. Started to call him all these names. He bots, he this, he that. And it's like, bro, that is what you need to stop doing because that is what is separating you from being able to just chill and be around all these different creators and be the person that people would look up to. You'd be one of the OGs of YouTube. That's what you are. But you've got to act the role. You cannot just be this wild man out here just saying crazy shit. So that's where it's like, it's hard to say like what he should do next, right? I do feel like he seems like he's more level-headed. He's just upset and he's not just saying a bunch of crazy shit like he did with the Aiden stuff. But at the same time, again, it's all happening so close together that everybody's just going to start looking at every single thing you put out as, oh, that's him just going crazy again. So you just got to like kind of calm it down, reestablish yourself, stop throwing shade at everybody, rebuild some of these bridges, and I feel like things will go better. But regardless, this situation with Agent was just kind of funny. I just feel like he picks a new person every week to kind of go at. Let me know what you guys thought about it down below. I will catch you in the next one, homies.